Going on, everybody? Hope you all had a good weekend. Hopping on here to share the swing trade setups that I'm looking to monitor to start the week. I'm already involved in a lot of the stocks that I want to be in, but there's still some decent looking setups. So let's start here by diving in with Ben Franklin Resources, ticker BEN. This is in the financial or finance sector, which has some nice strong tailwinds. So it has the sector going for it. It has nice weekly relative strength and daily relative strength. We see last week we pulled back into this previous area of resistance, got a nice little reaction to it. We have two inside days in a row. We see the volumes dried up nicely on the daily bar. So what I'm looking for is I'm looking to trade, basically get long above Friday's high. Nice tight stop this below Friday's low. Another alternative stop would be below the whatever day that would be, Wednesday's low, but I'm going to try to keep this one nice and tight. This stock doesn't really move very fast, 2.88% ADR. But it's got a lot of things going for it. Weekly ADX is in an uptrend, so the weekly uptrend is strong. It has integrity. This little pullback is a nice opportunity to get long. We see this occurred kind of around the 10-day MA. So if this stock's going to keep riding the trend up, this is a reasonable place to expect it to go. LGN Allegiance Corp is industrial service. So industrials have a nice, decent looking tailwind in the general sector. This one basically, it's got a strong weekly ADX. Last week's volume wasn't very awe-inspiring, a pretty big selling bar there. I'm not super excited about that, but the fact that we're undercutting the low of the range, this could be a little bit of a manipulation here and then a run up. Admittedly, this is like maybe a B list idea, not the greatest, but I'm keeping it on here anyways. We got this nice hammer candle down into this level, so I'm looking to get long there above that Friday's high. GTX is another basically industrial type sector, producer manufacturing auto parts. So we see the weekly has strong weekly ADX. We see a nice strong weekly relative strength and daily relative strength making new 52-week highs. This one is a little bit tricky. It's kind of because it's wedging, it's kind of going up. But I mean, we had this huge volume pocket pivot come in here on Friday. It looks like this thing wants to go higher, so I'm willing to buy this on Monday. Ballard Power Systems, it's been beaten down pretty bad. Honestly, the weekly relative strength is starting to get into a downtrend, so this is underperforming the market, broadly speaking. So I'm not as excited about this idea, but I do want to watch it because it's in a nice technical area. We have a nice weekly ADX, strong ADX up move, and then the selling has seen a downtrend in the ADX. In other words, this down move lacks integrity. We could try to buy this dip if the buyers step up. We're coming down into this previous area of resistance, which has the potential to become support. So far, there's no sign of buyers showing up. Friday, we did get a little bit of an indication of buyers showing up, which is right there. So I'm willing to buy with a very tight stop there, 4.8% on a 9.2% ADR. Stock isn't a bad place to enter, but keeping in mind this is like a B list idea. Ichor, ICHR, this has been a real hot, high-performing stock in the market. Basically, strong weekly ADX, strong relative strength, a strong daily ADX as well. Basically, we saw this pullback into the 10 MA. We got a Larry Williams oops buy signal right here. So I'm looking to buy above Friday's high, basically, and see if this move can continue. A-Lab, Astera Labs, this has been a really strong stock as well. So we see we kind of dipped down. We had the oops buy right there between the 10 and the 20 MA. Strong weekly, strong daily ADX, strong relative strength uptrends. So that one looks good. RBRK, this is a tech, basically a information technology services. I think this is kind of similar to a lot of the stocks I'm already involved with a lot of software stocks. I like this one though because we got the weekly bullish ADX starting to pick up. We had this pullback into the 50-week MA, got bought. We see last week we confirmed a higher low here on the weekly chart. So what I'm looking to do is buy on Friday's high right above there. So we got that nice inside bar on Friday at the 10 MA, putting in kind of like we've come up and we're making a higher low now on the daily. So this looks really nice. This looks actually similar to, well, it's a bit of a different setup, but it looks like it wants to move with some of the other software stocks that I'm in. Rocket Lab has been beat down horribly. This is maybe I'd say a B list idea just due to the fact that it had some very heavy selling on the weekly bar last week, but we're coming down into this general area of previous resistance. We're really underperforming the market on the weekly time frame and the daily. So this one, like I said, is a B list idea, maybe more of a high time frame entry. Maybe if we get a nice 3 bar or 3 day bar here where bulls step up, or even a weekly bar, I may consider going long on Rocket Lab. HLIT, Harmonic, Techno Communications. This one is kind of what I'm looking at. Is we made a swing up, we made a swing low, we made a swing up, we made a swing low. So this to start this week, if we can take out the prior week high, I think this is a decent place to go long the stock. We have strong weekly and daily relative strength, strong weekly ADX, and on the pullback here, we've seen the ADX go down, which means the selling has really lacked integrity. And what I like about the action here the last few days is around these MAs, the buyers or the bulls have stepped up here. So basically, if we can get above Friday's high, I would look to be a buyer on HLIT. Oscar, this one's a little bit trickier just because it hasn't had a really nice pullback. It just kind of built a little shelf. It's just kind of staying flat here. But the bull stepped up in a major way on Friday. We have a huge volume pocket pivot, 10-day pocket pivot here. Relative strength breaking out ahead of price. On balance volume breaking out ahead of price. The healthcare sector itself has huge amount of inflows. It's looking very strong. So on this one, if we can trade above Friday's high, I will buy this with a stop below Friday's or Thursday's low. OUST, this is a cool company. These guys make sensors, LiDAR sensors for they go into cars, self-driving cars. They go into they go into I think factories where they're doing factory work where robots have to see. So super cool concept. So basically, still have a strong weekly ADX. Last week's volume, weekly volume being very above average on the selling side is not good, but we're just still in this general area. So I'm willing to take a shot here on a long. We had a daily pocket pivot on Friday, which is a decent sign of the bulls stepping up. And the up down ratio is still very strong on the daily. So if we can trade above Friday's high, I'll look to take along on OUST. And then the sector, this one is kind of an outlier as far as what the bulk of this stuff is tech and some finance and healthcare. This is a consumer recreational stock. So things like United Airlines, some other companies in the general consumer recreational sector have been doing quite well. So I like Cinemark. It's got good earnings. It's either got good earnings or revenue growth. I can't remember earnings per share or revenue growth, one of the two or both. But anyways, we've got this ADX is starting to pick up on the weekly. It's not above 25 yet, but I like the fact that the DMI has made a really big high compared to the previous high. So the bulls are really stepping up here. We've got a couple weekly pocket pivots, which is a nice sign. We see the relative strength on the weekly is really picking up at a time when the sector itself has some tailwinds as well, which that's all good to see. The daily has a nice relative strength uptrend. And we see the up-down volume profile, very, very good. On-balance volume pegged to the highs. In fact, we got on-balance volume breaking out ahead of price, which is a very bullish development. So we've had this kind of low ADX or sideways ADX drift into the 10-20 area. On Friday, we saw the bull step up with a nice pocket pivot. Look at all these pocket pivots in here. This thing's getting bought pretty strongly. So I like this with a buy stop above Friday's high, stop below Thursday's low. So those are the swing trades I'm looking to monitor, possibly get into. Who knows if I'll get into any of these, but I'll definitely keep them updated here on my X profile. And I'm curious to know if you guys are watching any of the same stocks here to start the week, or if you have any other stocks you think I'm missing. Make sure you let me know about them. Be always happy to chat stocks. So look forward to another week here. Wish you guys all a good week ahead in your trading, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye bye.